Hello and welcome to our Parents and Carers information session this evening. Tonight we're going to be talking about Scottish apprenticeships. We're really pleased to have so many parents and carers joining us from all around Scotland tonight. And we're looking forward to sharing some information, advice and resources with you over the next 20 minutes or so. So I'm Mary, I'm a career advisor based in Angus, and tonight I'm joined by my colleagues Carrie, who is based in Fife, and Richard, who is based in Perth. We work for Skills Development Scotland, which is the national skills agency, and we have career advisors available in every state secondary school. We support pupils to develop their skills and knowledge needed for positive career planning, and we're also here to help you too. So we encourage your questions tonight. So just a few things before we get started. Firstly, the session is being recorded for anyone who can't make it this evening. And just to let you know that we can't hear or see you, but if you would like to make any comments or ask questions, please use the Q&A box in the right of the screen. Or if you're using a mobile phone, then click the question mark tab at the top right. We're also joined tonight by Sandra, Nicola and Helen, who will be doing some great work behind the scenes. They will be answering your questions and sharing some helpful links to resources. We will also have time at the end of this presentation to answer your questions, which will be anonymous. If you hear something tonight that you don't get a chance to write down, please do not worry. You can listen again on our website, My World of Work. This webinar is a general overview of Scottish apprenticeships. If you feel you need more information after tonight, please feel free to contact your young person's career advisor in school or call our helpline on 0800 917 8000. Now, don't worry if you haven't managed to note these down. The details will be dropped into the chat during the presentation, and any useful links that we talk about will be emailed to you. In this presentation, we will focus on foundation, modern and graduate apprenticeships and how work-based learning can open the door to a wide range of careers. So now I'm going to pass you over to my colleague Carrie, who will talk a bit about your role and the influence you have on your young person's career decisions.
Thanks, Mary. Before we move on to talk about apprenticeships in more detail, I think it's important to highlight some research that was carried out seeking views from parents and carers about their role and influence on their young person's education, employment and training choices. The research tells us that parents and carers are the biggest influence on a young person's career choices, and that they try to encourage their young people to choose a career that they will be good at and enjoy, which is really positive. Parents and carers also reported concerns about a lack of knowledge about the changing nature of the labour market and knowledge about new jobs and pathways that didn't exist when they were young. This was echoed in our recent survey where it was noted that some parents and carers are not aware of the different types of apprenticeships available. We want to reassure you that it is okay not to know all the options. In fact, that's why we're here. We also want to thank you again for taking the time to find out more about apprenticeships, and I hope we can encourage conversations with your young person to discuss and explore the wide range of opportunities available. I'd now like to show you a short video, which is a little over 2 minutes long. Please don't worry if the sound doesn't work, the video is subtitled, and we'll also send you a link after tonight's session. After the video, Mary will come back on to give you an overview of Scottish apprenticeships.
We are here. Our time has arrived. The present meets the future, helping one another thrive. We are being shown the ropes with a thirst for learning, getting hands-on, bringing energy, ideas, working and earning. Long gone the days of apprenticeships just being for boys in trades. Now, an amazing route for us to explore different ways. These are the alternatives to well-worn paths and routes, ones that open our eyes from businesses to recruits. We push ourselves. Our confidence knows no bounds. Being an apprentice bridges gaps to exciting new worlds. We can earn while we learn, afford a house and go on holidays. We don't need student loans. We are making waves. We are leaders in the making. Tomorrow's experts. The sky is the limit. We reach for the moon, aim high with our efforts. It has taught us not to hide who we are, to celebrate our differences and know what we can bring to the table. Diversity is significant. Business backing talent is a two-way street where flexible minds and savvy companies meet. They enable us by giving back to the community, and us they invest time, faith and expertise, and we emerging talent bring unbridled passion and fresh taste, original ideas, new perspectives, whatever we may face. We are building a fairer Scotland, and wow, how we are proud, and we're not afraid to shout it out loud. We feel fully united and welcomed by our now peers, the ones who kick-started and advanced our careers. This has been an unforgettable year, full of seismic changes, stress and fear. Although we can't be together in a physical space, we found connection through divergent ways. We are here, still learning from the best, and together we welcome and celebrate success. We've turned unforeseen challenges into strengths and know that the best days still lie ahead.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Now let me tell you more about apprenticeships. So apprenticeships are developed in conjunction with employers to meet current and future skills demand in Scotland. Today, there are around 43,000 people in apprenticeships and work-based learning opportunities. Apprenticeships are open and inclusive to all. We are pleased to see our apprentices are from a range of backgrounds and circumstances, including individuals with disabilities, those with experience of care, and ethnic minorities. I think it's really important to highlight that there are apprenticeships available in more industry sectors than ever before, which are all based on the skills employers want and are aligned to meet the demands of the ever-changing world of work. This changing world of work means new jobs are being created and will also impact how we do current jobs and the pathways into them. When many of us hear the term apprenticeship, we may focus on practical trades such as joinery or plumbing. And although these types of apprenticeships are still around and remain important to the economy, there are so many more opportunities, from childcare to broadcast journalism, accountancy to software development, and recent additions of apprenticeships such as project management. In Scotland, there are 3 types of apprenticeships available: foundation, modern and graduate. In a nutshell, foundation apprenticeships are for school pupils. Modern apprenticeships are to work, learn and earn. And graduate apprenticeships are to work, learn, earn and get a degree. Before we go on to more detail, I thought it would be useful to explain an apprenticeship qualification and how it is equivalent to some of the qualifications you will be familiar with, such as NAT 4, NAT 5, higher, all the way up to degree level. Now, this diagram may look a bit daunting, so let me explain. The diagram is an overview of all the qualifications you can gain in Scotland, ranging from level 1 to 12. This diagram is called the Scottish Credit and Qualification Framework. A bit of a mouthful, but you may have heard it referred to as the SCQF. The SCQF highlights that you can gain the same level of qualification in different learning environments. So, for example, if you look at the SCQ level 6, this can be achieved by undertaking a higher in school, or a national certificate in college, or as a foundation apprenticeship in school, or a modern apprenticeship in the workplace. It also shows how you can begin learning in one environment and use that qualification to support you into another. The last column shows how apprenticeship qualifications are comparable to other qualifications. We will now go on to explain more about foundation apprenticeships. So I'm going to pass you back to Carrie.
Thanks, Mary. Foundation apprenticeships provide school pupils with industry insight and experience whilst gaining a work-based learning qualification, introducing them to the world of work earlier. They are an SCQF Level 6 qualification, which is the same level of learning as a Scottish Higher, and they are available in 12 subject areas, all based on industry demand. Contact your school to see what subjects are available in your area. Pupils select a foundation apprenticeship as one of their subjects in S5 or S6, alongside other qualifications such as nationals and hires as part of their school timetable. Foundation apprenticeships can last 1 or 2 years and are available in every Scottish local authority. Pupils gain a qualification and develop valuable industry knowledge and experience by taking part in industry project-based activities and placements, either virtually or in person. There's also a pilot programme underway in some schools in Scotland for S3 to S6 pupils to take part in a foundation apprenticeship at SCQF Level 4 and 5. These are available in construction, automotive and hospitality. The pilot has been really successful and we hope to continue to develop this project. So, what are the benefits of a foundation apprenticeship? Many of the foundation apprenticeships offer subjects that are not taught in school, and they provide an opportunity to boost confidence and develop skills that will equip young people for work, such as creativity, problem solving and communication. Foundation apprenticeships are delivered by local colleges, providers and employers, giving valuable learning and work experience to young people. Young people may already have ideas of what careers they want to do, and foundation apprenticeships can provide the opportunity for them to gain real practical experience of the work involved. For young people who are unsure of their career, a foundation apprenticeship can also provide valuable real-life experiences, which will support them with their future decision-making. Foundation apprenticeships can also be the stepping stone on to many different pathways such as a job, other apprenticeships, college or university, and it's a qualification which is recognised and valued. So for example, all Scottish universities accept a foundation apprenticeship as an equivalent of an SQA Higher qualification, alongside all the other mandatory subjects that make up the overall course entry requirements. You can find more detail on college and university acceptance on our website, apprenticeships.scot. The foundation apprenticeship also provides young people with experience to support them in interviews, job applications, personal statements and writing their CV. There are 12 subject areas that foundation apprenticeships are available in. As you can see, they range from accountancy and engineering to software development. Get in touch with your school careers advisor to find out which foundation apprenticeships are available in your area. Some of Scotland's biggest and best employers are already involved in delivering the work-based elements of foundation apprenticeships, as well as some excellent local employers with real opportunities. I'll pass you back to Mary now, who will explain about modern apprenticeships.
Thanks, Carrie. So, what is a modern apprenticeship? A modern apprenticeship offers a blend of structured learning and practical experience. It's all about getting a job, getting paid and getting qualified. An apprentice would be fully supported throughout their apprenticeship by a dedicated learning provider as well as their employer. Modern apprenticeships are designed with industry, so the skills apprentices learn are the ones that employers want. Anyone aged 16 or over can become a modern apprentice. And from day one, apprentices will have a real job with a real employer that earns real pay. The job will have structured training, so they will earn while they learn, working towards an industry recognised qualification, which can be at a technical and a professional level. Employers pay the wages and Skills Development Scotland contribute towards the cost of training. The length of a modern apprenticeship varies and depends on the actual job, the level of qualification and how it is delivered. So some can take up to 1 year and others up to 4 years. A modern apprenticeship can lead to a full-time job or further learning at a higher level. So, what are the main benefits of a modern apprenticeship? We believe that hearing from real apprentices is the best way to explain this. We survey apprentices regularly, and these are the main reasons why they started their apprenticeship. They believe that it improved their prospects. The survey showed that 91% of apprentices are still in employment 6 months after completing their apprenticeship. Apprentices also really value being able to train on the job, allowing them to get a recognised qualification that meets employers' needs. It was highlighted 96% of employers say that former apprentices are better equipped to do their jobs, and this undoubtedly helps to build confidence while learning important new skills. A modern apprenticeship opens up a world of opportunities, with over 100 types of apprenticeships available, ranging from construction to data analytics to horticulture and much, much more. There are around 12,000 companies offering modern apprenticeships, including many of Scotland's top employers, such as the NHS, local council authorities, Standard Life, Arnold Clark, to name but a few. As well as large national companies, small to medium-sized businesses and family firms across Scotland also offer apprenticeships. I think it's important to highlight that last year, over 10,400 women started a modern apprenticeship. So they are definitely not just for boys. So now I'm going to pass you back to Carrie and she will tell you more about graduate apprenticeships.
Thanks, Mary. Before I go on to talk about graduate apprenticeships, I'd just like to highlight that I was actually a modern apprentice with Skills Development Scotland, which led to me gaining a degree level qualification and going on to do a postgraduate degree. For me, that was a really great route into my current career. So back to graduate apprenticeships. A lot of people might think that you need a degree to access a graduate apprenticeship, but it's actually a way of gaining a degree. Graduate apprenticeships offer a new way for individuals to gain qualifications through work, and they're open to anyone over 16 who wants to work, earn and learn up to a master's degree level. Graduate apprentices are paid employees, spending most of their time learning on the job whilst being supported by a structured university programme and working towards their degree. 12 universities across Scotland are now established as a graduate apprenticeship providers. Graduate apprenticeships have not only been designed to benefit industry, but they've also been designed with apprentices' development in mind. It allows them to fulfil their career aspirations, to learn from real-life work experience and obtain a sense of achievement. Graduate apprenticeship courses are delivered through ongoing consultation with employers, universities and professional bodies to ensure that they're meeting industry needs. So what are the benefits of being a graduate apprentice? Well, the main benefits are that the apprentice gets qualified, gains skills and gets earning. Let me explain that in a little more detail. During the apprenticeship, they will gain valuable on-the-job experience whilst achieving a nationally recognised, accredited and certificated higher education degree up to a master's level. They will develop transferable, recognised skills that are considered relevant by industry, employers and universities, combining their knowledge and skills into competent practice. The apprenticeship programmes are available in a wide range of growth industries that offer strong career prospects for the future. And a big thing, which is a massive bonus, is that the apprentice is in paid employment while gaining their degree. And as learning is funded, there is no cost to the apprentice and they avoid student debt. Most innovative and exciting employers offer graduate apprenticeship jobs. On screen, you can see the different subject areas on offer, all in growing sectors with great career prospects. Many of the graduate apprenticeship vacancies are advertised on apprenticeships.scot, and there are currently 56 live vacancies as of today. I'm now going to pass you over to Richard, who will give you a live demo of the apprenticeships.scot website.
Hi, My name's Richard, and I'm a careers advisor in Perth and Kinross. So you've heard lots of information about Scottish apprenticeships, but I want to highlight our website, apprenticeships.scot. This gives you more direction and support. It's worth pointing out that looking for an apprenticeship is similar to looking for a job. You might find them in different places. So training providers' websites, employer websites, search engines, but apprenticeships.scot is a really strong place to get started. So here we are on the homepage. If you click the Apprenticeships tab at the top, you'll see a drop-down menu with further guidance. Let's have a quick tour of the Foundation, Modern and Graduate Apprenticeship tabs. So by clicking on the Foundation Apprenticeships tab, you'll find lots of support and information. At the top of the page, you can enter details to complete an expression of interest. This will let your training provider and careers advisor know that you or your young person are interested, and they'll get in touch to discuss in more detail. Further down the page is information on the key benefits, information on how they work, support to explore options, and the subjects available. Let's look at the Explore Your Options section. Here we can click on the Start button. You'll see that apprenticeships, colleges, university tabs, and here we're going to click the Foundation Apprenticeship tab, and at SCQF Level 6, you can see the support to next steps. By clicking on apprenticeships, you'll see how a foundation apprenticeship can support your application for a modern and a graduate apprenticeship. By clicking on college, you can select a foundation apprenticeship subject area, for example, business, and then select colleges you are interested in. Here we can see Borders College. You can see how the foundation apprenticeship would support direct entry to a related course, as well as all the courses available at college. By clicking on university, you can select the universities you're interested in. In this example, we're going to select Abertay, Heriot-Watt, University of Glasgow, and University of Stirling. Here you can see how the university will recognise the foundation apprenticeship in relation to SQA hires. You should contact the university directly to find out what other requirements are needed for course options. This section is great to see the wealth of opportunities open after completing a foundation apprenticeship. Okay, so let's move over to the Modern Apprenticeships tab. Under the Modern Apprenticeships tab, you'll find more information about modern apprenticeships generally, as well as a vacancy search, information on types of apprenticeships, and information regarding additional support available for people with a disability or learning differences. You can also sign up for the latest vacancies at the bottom of the page. Let's look at the types of apprenticeships section. Here, you can either search by a job title, or you can view the apprenticeships by clicking A to Z. Here we click A to Z and see the range of apprenticeships available. So we're going to select the letter L. You can explore the apprenticeships within that category. Let's click the View More on life sciences and related science industries. From here, I can find information on what qualifications are available, what an apprentice would learn, and where the apprenticeship could lead. You can also search for vacancies from here too. By clicking on the Graduate Apprenticeship tab, you'll find general information on graduate apprenticeships. There's also a vacancy search and further information on the types of graduate apprenticeships. So let's go and try a vacancy search. Here we'll use the words IT. You can filter these search results by apprenticeship type, job category, or qualification level. In this example, you can see multiple results, of which 19 are graduate apprenticeships. It's always worth checking the entry requirements for different apprenticeships, as they do vary by employer. At the top right of the website, you'll also see a little help button, and here you can explore frequently asked questions. If you're an employer or a learning provider interested in offering an apprenticeship, you'll also find all the help you need on the other drop-down menus. Thanks for spending some time looking over apprenticeships.scot. And I hope that you're encouraged to look for more information and see some of the apprenticeship routes that are available for your young person. We're now going to move on to explain how Skills Development Scotland is able to help and support you and your young person. I'm going to pass you back to Carrie and we'll discuss this a little bit further.
Thanks, Richard, for taking us through apprenticeships.scot. I would encourage you to explore the site with your young person to find out more about their area of interest. I'd now like to take a few minutes to highlight the ways in which Skills Development Scotland can support you and your young person now and in the future. As we noted at the start of the presentation, we do have careers advisors in every state school in Scotland, offering support through one-to-one appointments, group work and drop-ins to help your young person with their career planning. Additionally, we offer an all-age career service across our 65 centres in Scotland. There's also lots of useful information and support for you and your young person on our careers website, My World of Work. We support and manage apprenticeship programmes, offering support to training providers and employers so that the apprenticeships work for and are open to all individuals. We also provide training and networking events to support providers to work with and share their opportunities with underrepresented groups, enabling them to offer the relevant help and support. I'm now going to pass you back to Mary for the Q&A part of tonight's session.
Thanks, Carrie. This is now an opportunity for us to answer the questions that have been coming in throughout the session. Many have been dealt with behind the scenes, but we have a few that are of similar inquiries, so we'll answer those live, so it may be of interest to everyone. So, Carrie, I'll take the first question. Someone's asking, how much does a modern apprentice get paid? Well, salaries range depending on what employers set. However, there is a minimum salary which increases based on age or stage of apprenticeship. So, for example, some current vacancies advertised on apprenticeships.scot range from 8,000 to 20,000 per annum. Okay, I see another question coming in. How to contact your school career advisor? This can be different in every school, but there are a few main ways I would recommend you reach out to them. Your young person can approach the careers advisor directly. If they're unsure where to find them in school, they can ask their guidance teacher. Alternatively, you can email or call your young person's school and ask them to arrange an appointment for them. There's a question here around support available for apprentices. Carrie, do you want to take this one?
Thanks, Mary. Okay, so someone has said that their son is interested in an apprenticeship, but he's worried that his dyslexia could be a barrier and what support would be available for him. So I'm not sure what type of apprenticeship your son is interested in, but hopefully it helps to know that there is support available for every apprentice who has a support need across foundation, modern and graduate apprenticeships. And this can be tailored to the individual's needs by the employer and training provider. There's also been a few people asking questions about young people who are in care that are interested in applying for an apprenticeship. And one of the questions is about readiness when the young person leaves school. So this is a really good question to ask, and thank you so much for bringing this up. I work in a residential school in Fife, and there have been a lot of young people over the years who have been interested in doing modern apprenticeships in the future, but they've not felt quite ready for it at the end of leaving their residential placement or leaving school. So something to be mindful of around this is that although some apprenticeships do have a maximum age limit for funding of about 24, those who are from a care experience background would be eligible to apply up to the age of 29. This would also include individuals from ethnic minority groups and those with disabilities. This offers these young people more time to really think about their future and what it is that they want to do. Hopefully that helps. I'll pass back over to Mary now for some more questions.
Thanks, Carrie. I see a few people want to know how to let the school know that your child is interested in a foundation apprenticeship. Well, it really depends on the young person's school, and I would recommend that you speak with your school directly. Although pupils will normally be asked to highlight this interest as part of their option choices, and some areas may require you to complete an online application. But please don't worry about this, as your school and your career advisor will be able to keep your eye. I also see a question, what level of qualification does my daughter need generally to secure a modern apprenticeship? I'm happy to take that one too, Carrie. So this is actually quite a difficult question, because just like jobs, every apprenticeship has different entry requirements, with some requiring qualifications such as National 4 upwards. I suppose this is where a foundation apprenticeship can come into play, as it is a practical and relevant industry qualification. Additionally, there are some employers who have no minimum qualification requirements, with an emphasis on the strengths and the skills that the applicants have. But your best bet would be to look at the vacancies that are advertised and find out what they are actually looking for. Carrie, I'll pass back to you.
Thanks. I've spotted a few questions asking about when to apply for an apprenticeship. So this is different depending on the type of apprenticeship that you're interested in. Foundation apprenticeships are usually advertised around about option choice time in school, but your school and your careers advisor will be able to keep you right on this. As for modern and graduate apprenticeship vacancies, these can be advertised throughout the year. So it's worth keeping an eye on the vacancy search page on apprenticeships.scot, and we're going to include a link to that in a handout that you'll receive after this session. Another question that's quite similar actually is someone's son is keen to apply for an apprenticeship, but they are worried that if he doesn't get one, should he apply for other options too? So it's great to hear that your son has been thinking about next steps and is keen to apply for an apprenticeship. I would encourage him to use a range of ways to search for vacancies, such as apprenticeships.scot, employer websites, job search and social media websites as well. I'd also encourage speculative applications to employers. It's also important to remember that for many jobs, there are many routes into them, and I would always encourage young people to think about backup plans to support them with next steps. That could be doing a backup application to college, or thinking about ways to develop the skills needed for the apprenticeship in other environments, such as training courses, education and work. Remember, we are here to help if your young person wants to talk through those options. Another question that people are asking is around their young person leaving school and no longer having a careers advisor, and what should they do? So as we've kind of said earlier in the presentation, Skills Development Scotland does offer an all-age career service with careers advisors in school and in our centres for after your young person leaves school. This means that young people get the help they need at the pace that's right for them. The sport definitely doesn't finish at school, and we are here to support your young person to explore all their options and taking the steps to move in a positive way towards their goals. Mary, back to you.
No problem, Carrie. I've noticed a question regarding what qualifications does my child need to apply for a graduate apprenticeship? This really depends on the graduate apprenticeship that you're applying for and the university and college that's delivering the qualification. The employer might take previous industry experience or qualifications into account. So what I mean by that is if you have already completed a modern apprenticeship and you want to progress to a graduate apprenticeship in the same subject, your modern apprenticeship experience and learning can support that application. Okay, I think we've maybe got time for just one more question. And keeping with the graduate theme, someone has asked if their older child can become a graduate apprentice if they are already in employment. Good question. And the simple answer is yes. Graduate apprenticeships are open to existing employees as well as new applicants. I'd recommend that you ask your employer about options for beginning a graduate apprenticeship, or visit apprenticeships.scot to see the wide range of options available. I hope we were able to answer all of your questions. However, if there's something that we have missed, then we will include this in the handout that will be sent out to you after this session. So now that we're coming to the end of the webinar, thank you so much for listening. We hope that you found the session helpful. You'll see on the screen the various ways you can get in touch with us. You can visit apprenticeships.scot, My World of Work. You can contact your school to find out who your child's career advisor is and how to contact them. Or contact us on our helpline on 0800 917 8000. Now, please don't worry if you aren't able to take all the details down, as we will be sending them out, along with a short survey about our webinar, which we would be grateful if you would complete. So all that's left to say is that on behalf of myself, Carrie and Richard and the rest of the team, thank you for joining us this evening and have a good night. Take care.